Signori, buonasera e benvenuti in questa nuova e golosa reaction con una pizza a tonno e cipolla molto piacevole. Oggi andremo a vedere questo pazzo furioso di un americano che no, nel senso non è un pazzo furioso perché è un americano, ma perché fa delle robe senza un senso logico. Il beacon più grande del mondo è il fatto che lui costruisca una galassia in hardcore su Minecraft. È chiaro che la gasa di più la galassia che il beacon, però dato che 2 più 2 non fa 4 ma fa 4 e andremo a vederci la galassia. Cosa vuole fare questo ragazzo? Vuole togliere 4, non ho capito se 4.000 o 40.000 robe di ossidiana.
After that, I plan on collecting over 400,000 blocks to build a massive pixel art of the entire Milky Way galaxy. This is not going to be easy.
Questo qua è pazzo. E il fatto non è che cioè che vuole costruire una galassia tipo una pixel art, che là sarebbe comunque complicato, io non se ne sarei in grado. Questo crea proprio una roba in 3D e lo fa in hardcore. Livello 1100. E a livello 1100. Vabbè, fatemi mangiare, se no qua veramente mi si raffredda la pizza.
Okay, I forgot that it's impossible to see. I just downloaded a texture pack that should fix it all. Yep, that looks pretty good. Now, if this entire island is going to go, I'm gonna need some haste to mine it faster.
Questo vuole distruggere l'intero end, ma ci
I
stiamo.
just realized that once this island is gone, I will never be able to respawn the Ender Dragon again. We should probably collect as much Dragon's Breath as possible because it's gonna become impossible after this project. So then I need some End Crystals.
Questi qua sono quegli
Next,
esperti
a
di
bunch of
Minecraft.
bottles for Dragon's Breath, then some redstone stuff.
Altro che
I'd like to
lollo
collect something
lacustre.
called an immortal
Tutto rispetto
crystal.
al mondo per
Time
lollo
to
lacustre,
respawn
fa
the
delle
dragon?
costruzioni incredibili che io non
Well,
sarei in
this
grado.
is one of the last times we'll ever see this.
A sto qua. Gli
The
americani
dragon
non
just
stanno
launched
bene.
its fire. Here, bottles. I'd like to get a full shulker of Dragon's Breath. So, we might be here for a while. Oh my gosh, this is so much better. That is almost enough. Wait, no.
Oddio.
That almost killed me.
Vabbè.
Okay, no, we are killing the dragon now.
Tanto avrà 27 cose dell'immortalità
Now that
nell'inventario,
we
quindi.
evolved the dragon's breath, we should get the immortal crystals. Basically, when the Ender Dragon is respawning, if you use pistons to push these crystals, then they become immortal and keep the laser beam. So then, if I just place the crystals again and respawn it, let's quickly run over here and flick this lever. Is it working? Nice, great, it is moving the first crystal. Now before the dragon respawns, bow that, and boom, we got the first crystal, and look at this, if I punch it, it will never explode,
questo
and it's just
spostato
gonna stay there
cristallo
forever.
bello,
I would now
ma
like to
sta
get
bene.
3 more of these. Okay then, that is everything I wanted from the dragon, so I guess we can move on to the second part, which is removing all of the obsidian. Oh man, this is going to be a grind.
Epica.
I just did a couple of layers and I want to try another tactic. If we sit here and mine straight down, then I can just hold my auto clicker. I'm a little afraid to try this because it's definitely more risky. If I forget about the mining, then I could fall right into the void. I spent about 4.5 hours mining this pillar, and now we are on the final row.
4 ore e mezzo per fare
Final block.
un pillar o tutti pillar?
Oh man, that was definitely a little bit scary.
Vabbè, 4
but
ore e
after
mezza per
mining one of the 10 pillars, I collected about 9,000 obsidian. I think it would be best to save it.
4 ore e mezza per un pillar! Ha preso
Honestly,
9.000 di
because
ossidiana.
we'll probably use it later.
Però.
The second pillar done, third done,
Un che
fourth
voglio.
done. This is interesting. I didn't finish mining all of the pillars, but that's because I actually want to begin removing the island at the same time. So when I mine the final
che
pillars,
voglio.
everything disappears at once. So first of all, that means we're going to need to get rid of all of the bedrock around the island. There's a little trick I saw. If we place some blocks and then light this up,
Anche questo qua.
perfect, it still works. So then we need to repeat this.
No, sto distruggendo
Now,
l'ossidiana.
getting underneath this portal is going to be a little more tricky. This setup should be able to break the bottom pieces of bedrock.
Okay.
Oops, I went through the portal.
Yeah,
Attempt
good.
2. Yes, that actually worked. Then
questo
all
bro.
of these need to go.
Conosce delle robe stranissime.
And that should be it for the center end portal. That means we can move on to the removal of the end island. And for this, we're going to use TNT bombing machines, which require
Guarda qua,
a
robe di
bunch of
TNT
redstone.
volanti, che sei Harry
Slime,
Potter, figa.
redstone blocks, pistons, glass, minecarts, and TNT. Let's go ahead and build the machine. If I break this redstone block, it should all start up. So when we're finishing
Io-
everything else up on the island, it's gonna slowly start to remove
Sono sicuro di
all
una
of this
cosa.
end stone.
Potrei migliorare un sacco su Minecraft negli anni, migliorare le cose che costruisco, cioè il livello con cui io costruisco le cose, migliorare proprio la mia idea artistica su come costruirle. Posso magari anche migliorare con la redstone, anche se sono un incapace totale, ma sono sicuro che queste cose non sarei mai capace di farle.
Wait, I just realized when the machine passes over these portals, won't the TNT explode back into the machine? I might have a solution. If we place some water on top of these portals. Okay, now what about all the water on the ground? Now the TNT will go into the water and not explode the machine. This has got to be repeated 19 more times. And done. That's the portal part finished. Now these machines are starting to get close, so let's get rid of the final pillars. Here is the 9th pillar done. And finally the 10th pillar. This is the last block of obsidian. Unbelievable. I am so glad to be done. Look at my statistics now. Over 80,000 total mined obsidian. That means there was over 40,000 obsidian in all of the pillars combined. This is really great as well. The machines have already cleared most of the island
Qua sta
away. However,
distruggendo
when it's
l'End.
finishing up,
Io non sono
I'm
mai
gonna
riuscito a
try to
battere il
remove all
drago,
of
cioè
the
questo qua lo
bedrock
distrugge
around
invece
these
proprio
machines.
l'Ender, anche il drago.
It only took the machines a couple of hours to remove most of the island. Now I think it's time to get rid of this Enderman farm. Honestly, mining this is gonna take ages because for some reason I decided to use iron to build it. How much TNT do we have left? That should be enough for now. I think we should just fill this place to the brim. How did that even happen? I literally could have died there. I'm gonna be much more careful next time. Let's just light this up. Amazing! Now the Enderman farm is entirely gone. I think I'll just AFK the rest of this and I'll let you know once it's all finished.
Adesso sembra tipo una mappa, no? Di quelle che scarichi, tipo una mappa parkour o robe simili.
Look at all of the Endermen. I guess they have nowhere
E
else
invece
to
no,
live.
è una
I'm gonna just
hardcore di
remove
Minecraft,
the
è l'End,
final
figa.
couple of blocks by hand. This is the last block of the entire End Island. I definitely want to save that for the future museum we're gonna build. The entire island is gone. That took over 30 hours to remove. If you remember before, the island looked like this, but now with everything gone, it's time to build the universe below it. Now the tricky thing about this universe is that it has over 390,000 total blocks, some of which, like this 24,000 coal or 67,000 black wool, are gonna be insanely difficult to collect. Kinda wanna be lazy and start on the easy items, so rooted dirt, polished granite, cyan terracotta, woods, calcite, mushroom blocks, quartz, strangely note blocks and jute boxes, iron, more terracotta. These next two are gonna be kinda tricky. I'm gonna need 596 tough blocks and 740 clay. As long as we go into a portal with the 1.18 generation, it should be easy enough to find a lush cave where both of these blocks will be. Yes, this is just what I needed.
Guarda che caverna,
Now we need to
figa.
get some more terracotta, polished deep slate, stone bricks,
Ovviamente,
and cobble.
in realtà non lo so,
This is gonna be a pain.
c'è una grossa
I need to
probabilità che
collect
l'abbia decorata lui così quella
985
caverna,
dead
però non ne
coral
sono sicuro.
blocks. This coral reef might not be large enough, but let's try to see how many we can get here. I literally mined every yellow coral block here. Let's hope there are enough of them here. And now these just need to become dried. This should be satisfying. Let me just pick these up again and we can move on. Next up, I need 1,042 acacia wood blocks.
Guarda il texture, fa
Saplings do we
benissimo.
have? Yeah, this should work. Let's get some bones and... Now these gotta be chopped.
Però con
Okay,
che
that's
boia.
enough. These next
Io
ones
la
shouldn't
parte
be
di
too
farming la
difficult.
odio, non
More
ce la
deep
farei mai.
slate, smooth basalt, chiseled deep slate, andesite, deep slate bricks, gray wool, light gray wool, warped stems, cracked stone bricks, smooth stone, and coal ore.
Allora, quanta roba stanno
As much as we've
accogliendo?
already
Perché
collected,
deve
this
ovviamente
isn't
farmare
even a
materiale per
tenth
fare
of
questa
all the
cosa.
required blocks. I next need
Avrei quittato questo
3,323
progetto dopo
obsidian.
10
Do you
minuti,
think
se
we
va
have
bene.
enough
Facciamo
obsidian?
5. Arrivo, I need water. Cosa mi perderò?
67,472
Non lo
to be
so.
exact. I don't think this sheep farm is gonna be fast enough. I might have a solution though. There's a really fast farm design by Il
I'm back.
Mango
I'm
that should
back.
make over 20,000
Cos'è?
gold
C'era
per
scritto
hour
mango.
once it's
Cosa mi son
done.
perso?
The
Voleva il
issue is
manghista?
that to make this farm, we
Voleva
are
una
going to need to
manganella?
collect another massive list of items.
Ah, sì, ovviamente ha una cosa che gli serve. Tipo dice, ok, per costruire questa galassia tu devi avere tot item. Se no non ce la farebbe, dai. Glielo concediamo, nel senso. È impressionante lo stesso. Quali sono le cose che gli dice, ok, tu hai bisogno di tot roba per fare questo.
1520 powered rails. I built this farm over here that makes an absolutely insane amount of rails. I was not kidding when I said insane. Finally, to finish up this farm, we're gonna need 4,962 grass blocks.
Ah sì, solo 5.000 blocchi di terra, che saranno mai?
Oh, wait a minute.
Per costruire una farm, non neanche per costruire sta roba.
Sheep. This farm I want to build is going to include 512 sheep. That sounds insane, but I really don't know any other way to get that much wool. Will the baby also have black wool? Okay, that's good. I just realized this is going to require a huge amount of wheat. Okay then, it's time to build the farm. I want to make sure to breed the sheep every 5 minutes to make sure they're enough. Isn't this how another hardcore YouTuber lost his world? This block should finish the farm. Now we just need to get the sheep in. Okay, how can this be done 512 times as easily as possible? Tails? Yes, okay, get in. No, yes. Time for the second sheep. This is taking way too long. I have a better idea. What if we use these rails here to create a loop, and if we use this activator rail to bump the sheep off, then they should fall right into their pen. Here comes the next sheep. Okay, yes, get in. Yes, great, perfect. Nice. This is working really well. I suppose it still needs to be repeated 500 more times.
Oltre alla voglia, no?
First row done. It did take about an hour.
Per fare
This is insane how many shears need to go into
per fare una cosa del genere tu su Minecraft puoi essere bravo quanto ti pare, ma non hai proprio un cazzo da fare, ma proprio nulla, perché sono robe che ti richiedono migliaia di ore se non lo fai in creativa. Ma poi anche la capacità di conoscere tutti questi sistemi che ti fanno fare delle robe. Senza senso.
Method 1, we mine it in small quantities. I think that's better, but for such a huge amount, I think option 2, bartering with piglins, will be much better. I have just the farm to make.
Questo qua è letteralmente un ingegnere di quelli che si prendono la laurea all'università, ma di Minecraft.
Here for a little while and wait for 256 piglins to spawn down below. Let me just get a bunch of gold while I'm here. Now let's check on the farm. Oh my gosh, that's loud. Okay, I don't quite know how this works, but I think if I throw the gold in there... Wow, that's a lot of items. Then I'm pretty sure we just need to load the items into the shulkers and repeat until there's enough blackstone. Oh my gosh, this is becoming a very risky episode. And it's been a few hours, but this should be all of the blackstone needed. There are only 2 more items required. The first is 21,000 black concrete. Fortunately, from the last project, I already have more than enough black concrete powder, so let's just convert it. And that should be all the concrete we need. 5,741 black stained glass. That was sarcasm. I literally have no clue where to even begin. I spent a few hours researching, and I know what we're gonna do. I want to build the ultimate sand farm, and then we're gonna cook all of it.
Ovviamente la farm di sabbia ultimale, cioè proprio il boss finale della sabbia. Cos'è quella roba? Cos'è questa roba? È un muco gigante, è un enorme germe. È un germe di dimensioni mastodontiche, un germe sexy. È enorme, dai, cos'è? È un
But
alieno.
once again, it requires a massive list of items to build. Yeah, more redstone stuff, concrete, slime. You've seen this before. Let's just
E in
build
più c'ho
it.
questa roba ancora di collezione di materiali. Non hanno ancora nemmeno costruito
Perfect. The farm
la
should
galassia.
work. The farm did not work. I fixed it. Now, if we jump through the end portal, yes, it works. Oh, wait, I need a way to collect all of the blocks. Now, as we wait for the sand to be made, let's actually take a trip to the Wither Rose farm. We're gonna need a ton of black dye to stain all of the glass. So... And that should be enough of everything. Now, all of this sand needs to be cooked into glass. Finally, all of this needs to be crafted into black stained glass. This is it! I have collected 400,000 different items. This took days to get everything. Now, all that has to be done is to build the entire galaxy. Now that we're in the end, I'd like to first make a platform to store all of our shulker boxes.
Preso tutti i materiali. Ora, praticamente questa è la parte di costruzione del video.
I suppose it's time to begin. We need some blocks here, more here, some here. And after several hours of placing blocks, I was done with day 1 of building the galaxy. It's the next day and I
Passate 20 ore, 20 ore da quando ho iniziato a fare sta roba. Sono passati 30 secondi di video probabilmente.
Honestly, this isn't too bad. It's just taking a long time. It's day 3 of building, and I think we're gonna finish today. I mean, this is seriously coming along.
Guarda, è una figa di galassia.
The end result. These are the final couple of blocks. I wish I could celebrate, but before I get too tired, all of the glass needs to go on top of the entire thing to keep the Enderman from spawning. So... halfway done. That took about 4 hours to do that much. So just another 4 and this entire project should be finished. I cannot believe all of my work is almost done. Only a few more blocks. And the entire galaxy, 400,000 blocks. It's so huge you can literally see the outer islands from here.
Vabbè, ragazzi, vabbè. Ma vi rendete conto?
I have a plan to put a massive ship up there somewhere, and mark my words, it will be the coolest thing you have ever seen. But that's for next time. If you'd like to see that, please consider subscribing and clicking the notification icon so you make sure you don't miss out. It'd be kind of funny if I just respawn the Ender Dragon, which would respawn the obsidian pillars and destroy all of my work.
Grazie. Questo qua non ha bisogno del mio spam perché ha più iscritti lui che se uniamo tutti i miei social messi insieme. E anche probabilmente più views. Fai che io in total lifetime ne ho fatte 10 milioni se contiamo tutti i miei social. Questo qua ne ha fatte 40. Quindi non ha certo bisogno del mio spam. Però se volete vedere roba senza un senso logico, Vumba su YouTube perché hai built avatar in Minecraft Hardcore, ho fatto la spiral parkour. Ovviamente tutto in hardcore, Grazie mille per essere stati con me in questa reaction. Noi ci vediamo domani con un prossimo episodio della serie Vanilla di Minecraft. Per oggi è tutto. Sì, per oggi è tutto, però anche da oggi è tutto. E ci vediamo al prossimo appuntamento. Bella ragazzi.